I am leaving from a DeliverThat catering order pickup. And quite honestly, my thinking right now is a bit on the subdued side because early on, after being onboarded with both DeliverThat and the Dlivrd catering apps, I said that in the long run, it appeared that DeliverThat was the better paying app. And I have proven to be wrong. I've made far more money on the Dlivrd catering app than DeliverThat. And what I will need to do is transition to the gig studio to show a breakdown of numbers. But I want to at least start off this discussion by sharing with you this catering order pickup that I have here. This order is going to a medical facility. The total amount of the order is $793 and change. And it is likely, based on the tip pool that I've seen so far this week for other DeliverThat catering orders that I've completed, I'm likely to make about $39. $39 on a $790 plus catering opportunity. Now, granted, I understand that DeliverThat uses the tip pool in a sense that it makes up for places or customers in which they tip poorly or don't tip at all. But we're talking about, I'm not going to say this is a large opportunity, but it is a significant opportunity. And we're talking $38. $38. And again, this is where I believe from the gig studio, I can show you similar order opportunities on the Dlivrd app in which I made more. In fact, there's one that comes to mind. Last month, I had an order that was $800 and change. And that order paid $160 plus dollars. And then the customer tipped me $50 on top of that. So I made over $210 for a similar size order. Now, I'm not looking for $200 on a almost $800 order, but I certainly would think that an order like this would merit paying at least $50, but more realistically, somewhere in the $80 to $100 range. Now, I'm cool with DeliverThat because it has provided some opportunities to create a nice bump in my day. But I guess what happens is when you're thinking about how your market is very slow, and you know how hard opportunities have been to come by, especially on this app, because the order opportunities come out very randomly, and you could be doing anything, and then when you hear that notification, you're scrambling and fumbling to try to get to it, and you're too late. And then when you finally catch one, you're like, you look at the dollar amount and all, but then you look at realistically what's going on, and it makes it feels like that an app is playing on your thirst. And I guess that's the way I feel right now. I feel like I'm some thirsty person who is doing all this, as you see on the inset, for like $38, $39. So anyway, when I come back, it'll be from the gig studio, and I want to show you a breakdown of which app is paying better, DeliverThat or Dlivrd. All right, as you can tell here, I am back at the gig studio, and I want to come out and establish that I am not telling anyone to ditch either DeliverThat or Dlivrd if you are active on both apps. In fact, I urge you to make your best decision and make that decision based on what you believe is best for you. Personally, I've been active on both apps since June of last year, and I've completed dozens upon dozens of orders on both apps. And I still maintain that both apps are good for providing some kind of bump in your gig grind and hustle. Now, for those who may be checking out this segment of the Gig Geezer and you are not onboarded on either apps, I have provided a link in the comment section below for both Dlivrd and DeliverThat. Now, the numbers that I'm going to share later on my Excel spreadsheet
are based on my last 27 opportunities on both apps going back to early November. I did not include the tip amount because at this juncture, it's almost irrelevant. What matters is the bottom line, what I was paid for these opportunities. And it just so happened that when I got back to the gig studio, I happened to see an email communication from DeliverThat, and they explained something about how tips are somewhat processed. And I'm going to read exactly verbatim what that communication was. On the DeliverThat platform, deliveries are sourced from different restaurant marketplaces and restaurant partners. Each has their own gratuity process. With direct partner orders, gratuities are not guaranteed. When you accept a direct partner delivery, you will either see a gratuity amount in the details of the app or a listed $0 gratuity. If there is a $0 listed gratuity, this means the customer did not leave a pre-tip onto the order. For deliveries without a pre-tip added to the order, you will receive a receipt or invoice for the customer to sign at the drop-off with the choice to leave a gratuity if they choose so. Well, I've not seen anything of the sort, at least in my market. So what I've seen upon accepting and completing the order, the tip amount is blank until a couple of days later. Then the tip pool kicks in, and that is what I've been paid for that order. Now, what I suspect though is that the more astute person is thinking, why is that all of the DeliverThat orders all seem to pay about the same, regardless of order size? And for disclosure's sake, I've not contacted them about this. I've got enough problems just being able to click the app successfully whenever these opportunities appear oh so randomly on my phone. Now, check out the comparison of these orders on both apps. Again, these are going back to early November of last year. On the DeliverThat column, these orders are based on my most recent orders. And this is what you saw in this order, and the order that, in fact, the first part of this Gig Geezer segment, while I was out there working, the $793.50 order is likely, and my estimate is that it's probably going to pay somewhere in the $39 range. And then you see some orders in which they're highlighted in yellow. Those are orders in which I was either compensated for the order canceling less than 2 hours before the estimated arrival time, or that I received wait time. And I'll explain later about the wait time. The orders in the bluish purple were the higher order amounts. And you see that I was paid on a $441 order, $40.26, and on a $489 order, $37.58. And for those 27 orders, my average payout was $36.47. And the total order amount was we just rounded up to $985. Now, you go to the right column, Dlivrd. Now, it's in inverse order. The $232 amount was for orders starting in November. And what you see is the same type of notations there, or highlighting. The orders in the bluish purplish were what I would consider larger orders. And what I'm considering larger orders for the sake of comparison is orders that are over $400 in size. You see that I had a few orders of $1,000 or more. The payout on those orders were $172.66, $150, and $80. Then you see some orders for $930, and my payout was $120. You see an order for $625. My payout was $77.57. You see an order for $438. The payout was $78.73. You see one for $576. This one is in yellow. Now that was kind of disappointing. $576, but the payout was $35. And then there was one for $442. The payout was $30. But then you see one for $400 right above it, and it's $75. The one for $846 was in a different color. That was one that paid $189 base, and the customer tipped me $50 cash upon completing the delivery. So altogether, in the same number of orders, the Dlivrd orders totaled up to $1,596.78, just off of $1,600, and the average order payout was $59.14. That's very significant. Very significant. That's like a 66% difference. Yeah, 66% difference. Now, I believe a review is necessary just to familiarize or refamiliarize everyone with how DeliverThat pays as well as Dlivrd. On the DeliverThat app, the minimum commission, is what they say, for their orders are $7. An additional amount is paid $1 per mile for each mile over 10 miles for travel distance that is beyond 10 miles, as I said, from the pickup location to the drop-off location. DeliverThat also says the tip pool can range anywhere between $21 and $27, although those numbers have been higher on occasion. On the DeliverThat app, the minimum commission is $20. That includes a $10 base and a $10 commission. Both DeliverThat and Dlivrd pay wait time. That kicks in after 15 minutes at the restaurant. I recommend sending them a text with a screenshot of the actual order informing them that you've been there for more than 15 minutes. Both will text back acknowledging your text. Both will ask when will your estimated arrival time be for the order. In those situations, I not only give them an estimated arrival time, I will also, once upon completing the order, I not only complete the order in the app, I'll send them a text message with the pictures that I've uploaded in the app so that they know that these orders have been completed. So, that said, if I were to go strictly off of numbers, I've come to recognize that Dlivrd pays better than DeliverThat. DeliverThat is good for order sizes of $300 and below. The payout on those orders seem to be more proportional to the order size. Dlivrd, at least in my experience, has been better for orders above $300, although an argument can be made that Dlivrd pays better than DeliverThat outright. And if you base it off of my numbers, that may be a fair and an accurate assessment. That's all I have for this segment of the Gig Geezer. I did this just based off of just some quick thinking. I guess when I saw $793 and knowing that the anticipated payment is going to be somewhere around $39, that got me to thinking. And I'm pretty sure that if you had an order like that, you'd be thinking as well. And so if you like the content that's been provided in this segment of the Gig Geezer or in any other segment of the Gig Geezer, hit that subscribe button, give my content a thumbs up, share my content among others, and I definitely welcome your comments in the section below. I'm Inwood Lane, and as always, may your grind and may your hustle continue.